The clock ticked loudly in the dim living room as Jungkook sat on the couch, his sharp eyes fixed on the phone placed on the glass table in front of him. His jaw was clenched and veins popped on his arm as he rested his hand on his knee, bouncing it in frustration. Suddenly his phone rang. He quickly grabbed it. Yes? A rough voice came from the other side. Sir, we found her. She is living in a small town near the old city border. We are outside her house right now. Jungkook's dark eyes sharpened. I'm coming. He ended the call and stood up with fury in his eyes. Without wasting a second, he stormed out of the mansion, got into his sleek black car, and drove into the night. Inside the car, his grip tightened around the steering wheel. I'm coming one, he muttered through gritted teeth. 2 years, 2 damn years you left me and suddenly agreed to marry someone else. How dare you? His eyes burned with betrayal. You broke me, but I'll break you more. I'll make you pay. He pushed accelerator harder, the engine roaring as he raced through the silent roads. Your father was sitting on the porch when several black SUVs surrounded your small house. Guards in black stepped out, holding guns. Your father stood up in fear as two guards approached him. Where is your daughter? One of them barked. Your father trembled, trying to protect himself. Who are you? Why are you looking for my daughter? Just then a loud voice echoed behind them. Why? Jungkook entered with furious eyes, wearing a long black coat, his face emotionless but deadly. His guards all stood straight behind him. Inside the house, you were in the kitchen when you heard your name shouted. You rushed out and saw the gun pointed at your father. Pa! You screamed and ran to him. You quickly stood between him and the guards, pushing them away. Who are you people? Why are you troubling my father? Leave him alone, you shouted, your voice shaky. Then your eyes fell on the man in the middle. Jungkook, he stood there staring at you like he was seeing a ghost. His face twisted with mixed emotions, pain, anger, disbelief. You looked at him confused. Who are you? He laughed bitterly in his head. Wow, acting like she doesn't even know me now? Impressive. He took a step closer. I'm Jungkook, he said coldly. You looked at him and slowly whispered, Jungkook? A guard beside him said loudly, John Jungkook, the Mafia King. Your eyes widened in horror. What? Mafia King Jungkook, the one who kills innocent people? You turned to Jungkook, eyes filled with fear. Sir, please, please leave my father. I have no one else but him. Please don't hurt him. We didn't do anything wrong. Jungkook's heart dropped. His hands curled into fists. You weren't acting. You really didn't remember him, but that only made him anger. You forget me just like that, he thought, rage boiling in his chest. Take her, he ordered. No, please, no, you screamed. The guards didn't touch you directly, but they tied a soft cloth around your wrist and gently pulled you away as per Jungkook's orders. They didn't dare hurt you, not because of you, but because Jungkook would destroy anyone who did. When your father shouted, trying to grab you, but the guards held him back. Papa, please help me, you cried, tears running down your face. Jungkook watched silently as he struggled, your cries piercing through the night. He didn't blink, he didn't speak. You were dragged and placed into the back seat of his car, the door locked. Jungkook got into driver's seat and started the engine. You banged your fists on the car windows. Please let me go, Appa. Outside your father was crying. Please return my daughter, please. But the car moved. You sobbed loudly. Why are you doing this to me? I don't even know you. Jungkook looked at you through the rear view mirror, face stone cold. You don't remember me? He asked quietly. You looked up scared, confused, your cheeks wet with tears. I don't. I swear I don't. Then something snapped inside him, his eyes darkened. You'll remember soon, he said with a sharp voice. You're mine, Wyatt. You were always mine, you just forget. But don't worry, I'll remind you slowly. You shivered at his tone, heart beating fast. And the car drove deeper into the night, taking you back into a world you once belonged to, but no longer remembered. The car stopped in front of a huge iron gate. You looked outside the window, your eyes filled with fear and confusion. Tall guards stood with serious faces. As the gate opened slowly, the car entered the mansion compound. The car stopped in front of the entrance. Jungkook got out first. A guard opened your door. You stepped out slowly, your legs weak. You followed Jungkook because you had no choice. Guards were everywhere. You knew if you ran, you wouldn't get far. As you walked behind him, you looked up at the mansion in shock. This place, it's like a palace, you whispered. Jungkook didn't stop walking. He opened the main door and stepped inside. You followed him with heavy steps. The inside was just as beautiful: marble floors, crystal chandeliers, long hallways, and golden frames hanging on the walls. You gathered the courage and asked, "Why did you bring me here?" Jungkook turned around, his face serious. "From this minute you are staying here." "Why?" Your voice cracked. "Why are you doing this to me?" He looked into your eyes, voice low but cold. "You will know soon." You blinked, feeling lost and broken. He turned away and called, "Mrs. Han." A kind-looking older woman came walking in. She wore a simple uniform and bowed slightly. "Yes, sir." "Take her to her room," he ordered without looking at you. Mrs. Han gave you a soft smile and nodded. "Come, dear." You followed her silently, still trying to understand what was happening. She walked you upstairs and opened a grand room for you. It was stunning: a large bed with white curtains, a beautiful balcony, soft carpets, and golden mirrors. But you didn't care. You were in pain, your heart was racing, your eyes ready to cry. Mrs. Han looked at you kindly. "Don't worry, dear. Jungkook is not a bad person. You're in safe hands." You turned to her quickly. "Safe hands?" I'm scared to even look at him. He forced me to come here. He didn't even tell why. I feel trapped. I wish I could escape from here. Mrs. Han sighed and placed a hand on your shoulder. "I think you cannot escape from here. But stay strong. Everything happens for a good reason." Then she walked out, leaving you in silence. You sat on the floor near the bed, your eyes stared blankly at the wall, your hands touched your tired breast softly. You hugged your knees and whispered, "What's happening with my life? Why me?" Tears slowly rolled down your cheeks. You felt alone. You felt like your life was stolen. Soft knocking on the door woke you up. You had cried yourself to sleep on the floor. You opened the door slowly. Mrs. Han and two other maids walked in, holding a beautiful white wedding gown with sparkling jewelry. You were shocked. What is this?" Mrs. Han smiled. "Jungkook sir told us to give this to you. We will help you get ready." "Get ready for what?" you asked, stepping back. "You are getting married to Jungkook," she said gently. Your face turned pale. "What? No, I can't. I don't even know him. I don't want to marry him." Before she could reply, Jungkook entered the room. You stepped back afraid. "We are getting married," he said firmly. "It's final." You shook your head. "No, please, you can't force me." He stepped closer, his voice low and threatening. "If you don't marry me, I'll kill your father." Your breath stopped, your eyes filled with tears. You couldn't even speak. "Don't cry now," he said. "Get ready." He turned and left the room. You looked at Mrs. Han with fear. Is he serious? She nodded silently. You had no strength left. You stood still as they helped you wear the gown. They did your makeup and hair. You looked like a bride, but your eyes had no light of shine. The large hall in the mansion was decorated with white and red flowers. There were candles, silk ribbons, and soft music playing in the background. But no guests. Just a priest, a few guards, maids, and Jungkook standing in a black tuxedo. He looked at you and said, "Stand here." You stood beside him, your body shaking. The priest began reading the words. Jungkook took the ring and slid onto a finger. Your hands were cold, you didn't move, slid the ring. The priest said to you, "You didn't." You looked away. Suddenly, one of the guards stepped aside and showed your father, tied to a chair, his mouth covered. You gasped, "Appa." Jungkook looked at you sharply. "Do it." Your hands trembled as you took the ring and slid into his finger. The priest smiled. "You're now husband and wife." You looked at Jungkook and said, "You may now kiss bride." You quickly looked down. You didn't want to look at him. You were scared he would forcefully kiss you. But instead, he leaned forward and gently kissed your forehead. "You are mine now," he whispered. You didn't reply. You didn't smile. You didn't even cry. You just turned away and walked back to your room slowly, like a lifeless doll. You sat on the floor again, still wearing the wedding gown. Tears rolled down your cheeks. You whispered to yourself, "My life, it's over now." But what you didn't know was, it had just begun. That night, Jungkook was alone in his bedroom. The lights were off, and only the moonlight from the window lit up his face. He sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the floor with tired eyes. His mind was full of old memories, sweet ones, painful ones. He whispered to himself, "Man, you once told me you wanted to marry me." His lips curved into a sad smile as he remembered. You looked at him and said with a shy smile, "Do you think one day we will get married?" He laughed a little. "Why? You want to marry me?" You blushed and nodded. "Yes, I want to marry you. Only you promise me you won't leave me, okay?" He held your hand tightly. "I will never leave you, Van. Never." Back in the present, Jungkook clenched his fist, but now he whispered, standing up, "Now you look at me like I'm a monster. You act like I'm a stranger." His breath became heavy. He suddenly banged his fist on the wall. "Why, Van? Why are you doing this to me? Where is that love, huh? Why are you acting like you don't even know me?" Just then Mrs. Han knocked on the door and entered carefully. "Sir," she spoke softly, "Van refused to eat dinner." Jungkook sighed heavily and walked to the table. He picked up the dinner tray. "I will take it." He walked down the hallway to your room. When you saw him enter, you stood up quickly. "I don't want to eat. Leave," you shouted. Jungkook kept the tray on the table and crossed his arms. "If you don't eat it, I will stay here all night. Or should I bring your father here too?" You looked at him with pure anger in your eyes. "You're heartless," you said as you slowly sat down and began to eat. He sat beside you and started feeding you with a spoon. You didn't look at him, but he kept feeding you quietly. His eyes were full of pain. "You betrayed me," he thought, "but I still love you. Why do I care this much about you?" After finishing, he gave you a glass of water. You drank it slowly and then wiped your mouth. "Why are you doing this to me?" you asked. "Please just leave me alone. I can't live with you like this." Jungkook's heart broke at your words. He didn't speak. He just stood up and walked out of the room, closing the door behind him. You remained cold towards Jungkook. You didn't talk unless necessary. You stayed in your room mostly. Jungkook tried many times to be kind, but you never responded with warmth. He was getting more and more confused. Why are you acting like I was never a part of your life? He wondered. Why she's so scared of me? Jungkook was standing near a damaged car on a lonely road. His guards were on the way with another car. He leaned against the car and lit a cigarette. He was tired mentally and physically. Just then an old man walked up to him. It was your father. You? The man said. Jungkook looked up in surprise. Why are you doing this to my daughter? Your father asked, his voice calm but filled with emotion. Jungkook clenched his jaw. Why is she acting like she doesn't know me? He asked bitterly. We were in love for 3 years, then she left me without a word for 2 years, and now she acts like I'm a stranger. Your father looked confused. She loved you? He asked. Yes, Jungkook nodded. I met her when she was feeding homeless people. She was kind, pure. I slowly got closer. We fell in love, but I told her not to tell anyone for her safety. I had many enemies, then one day she just disappeared. No calls, no messages. I waited. Your father stood in silence. After a moment, he looked down and said softly, she didn't leave you. That night she met with an accident. She told me she was going to a friend's birthday party. That night she never came home. We found her after hours, injured badly. Jungkook's eyes widened. What? He whispered, his heart dropping. Your father continued. We moved to America for her treatment. I sold everything I had, my business, our house, everything. After 1.5 years, she finally woke up, but she lost her memory. She didn't remember anything, not even me. Jungkook felt like the air had left his lungs. She lost her memory. He whispered, that's why she doesn't remember me. Your father nodded. She only remembered me after showing her pictures again and again. Slowly she accepted me, but she never remembered anything else from before the accident. Jungkook took a step back and dropped to his knees. He held his head and started crying. I thought she left me. I thought she betrayed me, he whispered. But she was hurt, and I didn't know. He looked up at your father, guilt written all over his face. I'm sorry, I misunderstood her. I married her for revenge. I thought she moved on. I couldn't bear the thought of her marrying someone else. That's why I forced her. Your father placed a hand on Jungkook's shoulder. I understand. Anyone in your place would feel broken, but now you know the truth. You both were victims, not enemies. Jungkook nodded, wiping his tears. I promise. I will take care of her. I won't hurt her again. I married her because I couldn't stop loving her. Your father smiled slightly. It's not too late. Go to her. Don't waste another second. Just then the new car arrived. Jungkook stood up quickly, hugged your father tightly and whispered, thank you for telling me. I will fix everything now. He got into the car and speeded back to the mansion, heart heavy with guilt, eyes filled with hope. Because now he finally knew the truth. Jungkook came back to the mansion, his heart beating fast. He had just learned the truth that you never betrayed him, that you had lost your memory after a terrible accident. All the anger, pain, and confusion inside him had turned into guilt. He entered the mansion and shouted your name loudly. When the maids rushed out, startled. Sir, she is in her bedroom, one of them said. Without wasting a second, Jungkook ran upstairs and pushed your door open. You were sitting on the bed, reading a book quietly. You looked up in surprise. Jungkook, you said confused. Before you could ask anything, he rushed to you and pulled you into a tight hug. He held you like he would never let go again. You felt his body trembling, his breath was heavy, and soon you felt something warm on your shoulder. It was his tears. You were shocked. Why are you hugging me like this? You asked, your voice low and surprised. What happened? Why are you acting like this? Jungkook didn't say a word. He just pulled back slowly, looked into your eyes, and pressed a gentle kiss on your forehead. Then, without saying anything, he turned and walked out of your room. You sat there in silence, completely lost. From that day, everything changed. Jungkook became someone else, someone softer, kinder, more patient. Even when you shouted at him or ignored him, he didn't react with anger like before. He stayed calm. He brought your favorite flowers to your room every morning. He left small notes for you. Some nights he would leave sweet desserts on your bed table with a small card. Don't forget to smile today, JK. He started recreating small moments from your past even though you didn't remember them. One evening, he set up a candlelight dinner on the balcony and wore the same white shirt he wore on your first date. I don't know why you are doing all this, he whispered, confused as he pulled the chair out for you. Maybe you will remember someday, he replied with a soft smile. You were cleaning your room when you found a small wooden box in the drawer. Curious, you opened it and found an old photo inside. It was a picture of you and Jungkook sitting in a field, laughing, your hands in his head resting on your shoulder. You stared at it, something inside you clicked, you blinked, the sound of your laugh echoed in your head, the way Jungkook used to call your name softly, the park bench, the street food stalls, the beach day. Jungkook, you whispered. Tears started to fill your eyes. You dropped the photo and ran out of the room. You looked around and saw Jungkook walking upstairs, heading towards the balcony. You didn't think twice. You ran towards him and hugged him tightly from behind. He stopped. He knew. He didn't even need to ask. Jungkook, you whispered again, your voice shaking. He slowly turned around and saw the tears in your eyes. His own eyes welled up. You remember? He asked in a low voice. You nodded. Yes, I remember you. I remember everything. Jungkook didn't waste a second. He pulled you into his arms and hugged you tightly. He held your head close to his chest as tears rolled down both of your faces. Thank you for watching.